Colorado will soon ban fat discrimination. And there's an irony, because Colorado is the least fat state in America. New Jersey and Washington, D.C. could soon join Colorado in passing legislation against fat discrimination. And a recent study from the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance indicated that 78% of the public supports banning size discrimination. Consider the source. The U.S. spends a whopping $147 billion a year just on obesity-related health care, and still the obesity rate continues to grow. Employment attorney Andrew Lieb is with us now. So how does this work, Andrew? And I'm trying to figure out the practicalities of it, because it's one thing you can't say I'm not going to hire you because you're fat or not fat. But then how does it work for airlines that fly into Colorado, or companies that say, look, you may be a nice person, but you're too fat to lift heavy boxes in a warehouse?
Well, Leland, it's a great point, and it's a very complex issue. But let's put out there to start off with that if your weight is needed for the job, if you need to be a certain weight for the job, this isn't going to apply. This is applying for me just out of nowhere being cruel and saying, I don't want fatty here, or me using names like fatty, a hostile environment. Imagine every day coming to the work and I just teased you, Leyland. Every day you came in, I would just mess with you because I think you're too short, or you're too tall, or you're too fat, or you're a Christian, or you're Jewish. And really the point here is if it's unrelated to the job, it's unrelated to the job.
I'm not a lawyer, but if somebody wants to make fun of me because I'm short, or because I'm tall, or because I eat Chick-fil-A every day, those aren't protected things, right? But if I'm Jewish or Christian, or the color of my skin, those are protected things. So does that all of a sudden, so that means that now talking to somebody about obesity, that is a protected thing. That's different than tall or short, right?
Well, you just nailed it, but I will point out that New York City, who came out with this law first, did height and weight together. So that's why I conflate the two. But yes, it's the same thing as putting it in the category of race or putting it in the category of religion. And what they're saying is this doesn't deserve to be in the workplace. You shouldn't make decisions based on this. So they're putting them in the exact same category, Leland.
All right, so how does this work, though, for employers? And look, we have communities with anti-fat shaming legislation. You point out that New York is among the first, but now there's a number of other states that are considering this. That as an employer, I say, wait a second, I own a gym. I want people who have a healthy image. I own a smoothie company, and we're selling smoothies that are for people who want to have this healthy, thin lifestyle and exercise. I mean, how is it that you're going to be forced to hire people who don't represent the same lifestyle that your business is involved in?
I think it depends on what the person's job's going to be at the gym. If your person at the gym is going to be the trainer, you might have a very good reason that it wouldn't qualify as discrimination. It's kind of like going back to the Hooters thing where they were allowed to determine on sex who was going to be working there because there's a reason sometimes. But what about the accountant for the gym? Does it matter what the accountant's body size is? That's what this is getting at. Do you think that we should not have an accountant for
I'm going to give you the last 20 seconds. My question would be, and this is something you have to got to deal with, right, is that based on healthcare costs and everything else, the amount it costs for a company to have an obese person can be a lot more.
100%. That's definitely an issue. But the real question is, and I have a master's in public health, are we going to have an intervention from shaming someone into losing weight? Or is it going to be positive, uplifting, and giving them resources to get a better life and improve health for everyone overall, Leyland? So everyone's against shaming fat people, but it also we're pro helping everyone have a healthier life. That's really the key.
All right, fair enough.
Why do we have to have discrimination?
All right, fair enough. No, it was a good conversation, and one for 49 more states. Good to see you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.